In the rugged forested hills of Cumberland County, Pennsylvania, something elusive and mysterious stirs beneath the canopy of the Michaux State Forest. A vast expanse of dense woods, hiking trails, and secluded hollows, this area has become the site of some chilling and perplexing encounters over the years. In 2021, one of the most captivating and recent sightings was reported by a group of hikers, forever changing their understanding of the wilderness they thought they knew.
It was a Saturday afternoon, late September I remember, because the trees were just starting to turn. Me and two of my friends decided to take a hike up to South Mountain, just north of Michaux State Forest. We had been up there a few times before, but that day, something felt different. The air was thicker, the forest quieter, almost too quiet.
Sarah, along with her friends, had ventured up to the Michaux State Forest trailhead at Pine Grove Furnace State Park, a popular spot for outdoor enthusiasts. But as they ventured deeper into the forest towards South Mountain, things began to take an unsettling turn.
We had just crossed the mountain creek and started making our way along a narrow trail that we hadn't taken before. It was still light out, but the shadows were growing long and the trees around us were starting to close in. We hadn't heard much wildlife. It was too quiet, not even birds. My friend Mark kept mentioning how strange it was.
The group had ventured deeper into the forest, pushing through the trees near Laurel Lake on the edge of the South Mountain Ridge. A peaceful, isolated part of the park, it was an area known for its history, especially among cryptid hunters, with rumors of strange happenings and sightings of unknown creatures stretching back for years.
We were talking about random stuff, music, life, whatever, and then we heard this sound. It was distant at first, but then it came again. This low, guttural growl. It wasn't anything like the typical sounds we'd hear in the woods. It wasn't a bear or a coyote. It was like something else, something big.
The sound pierced the stillness of the forest, unlike anything the group had heard before. Mark, a seasoned hiker, immediately grew silent. The group paused and looked around. The hairs on the back of Sarah's neck stood on end. They all felt it. Something was watching them.
At first, we thought maybe it was a bear, but the growl, it didn't sound right. It was too deep, and it echoed in a way that made it feel like it was closer than it was. We kept walking, but my gut told me something was off. And that's when I saw it, out of the corner of my eye, a shape moving fast between the trees just ahead of us.
Sarah's heart raced. Her eyes locked on a tall figure crouched in the underbrush. It was large, too large to be a bear. The creature stood on two legs, a silhouette against the fading light of the afternoon. The creature's head seemed to peek out from behind a tree, staring at Sarah with unblinking amber eyes.
I saw it for only a second, but I'll never forget the way it moved. It was quick, but it was massive, over 8 feet tall. It had dark, matted hair all over its body, and its eyes, those eyes were the strangest part. They looked like they were glowing in the dim light. And then, just as quickly as it appeared, it disappeared into the trees. We all froze in place, not sure what to do.
The group stood frozen, staring at the spot where the creature had been. Mark, the most skeptical of the group, was the first to speak.
He said we must have seen a bear or some other animal, but I knew what I saw. It wasn't a bear. It was something else. I don't know what it was, but it was big, and it was watching us. I remember looking down and seeing its tracks on the ground, the kind of footprints you don't normally see in these woods. They were massive, bigger than anything a man could make. We didn't stay long after that. We left as fast as we could, but every time I go back to Michaux or anywhere near South Mountain, I can't shake the feeling that something is still out there, watching.
As Sarah recounted her experience, she wasn't alone in her fear. Her friends had all felt the same unease, but it wasn't just the growl or the figure they had seen. It was the strange feeling that lingered afterward, as if the forest itself was somehow different, more alive, more aware. The encounter in Michaux State Forest near South Mountain is not the first of its kind. Over the years, numerous reports have come from this region of Pennsylvania, where the dense woods and mountainous terrain provide the perfect cover for something that has yet to be fully understood. To this day, Sarah's sighting remains one of the most recent and vivid accounts from Cumberland County. Whether it was a rare glimpse into the world of the unknown or simply the mind playing tricks on a group of hikers remains a mystery. But one thing is certain, there's more to the wilderness of Pennsylvania than meets the eye.